We bought a rig just last week down in Tulsa, the leather seats, but we forgot the map was old, and now we're lost, ain't that so bold? The toilet's blocked, don't you frown, spilling waste all over town. The engine sputters, ain't she sweet? This RV life's one big treat. Say hello to hidden trees, say goodbye to towing fees, knocking pipes, leaky roof, under stars, we're waterproof.
All right, let's fire up those stoves, because today we're taking a deep dive into gourmet RV cooking. And here's the twist on a budget.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, no more ramen noodles for us. We're talking about creating amazing meals on the road without emptying your wallet.
You know, it's surprising how many people think gourmet cooking is just impossible in an RV.
Right.
But we're about to prove them wrong.
Totally. And for this culinary adventure, our roadmap is an article from Happy Hybrid Camper called Budget-Friendly Gourmet, Elevating Your RV Cooking Game.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, it is. It's packed with so many great tips and tricks that by the end of this deep dive, you'll be ready to transform that tiny RV kitchen into a gourmet haven.
I love that, turning your RV into a 5-star dining experience.
Exactly. Now, one thing this article really stresses is the power of fresh local ingredients.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We're talking about ditching the supermarkets and hitting up those local farmers markets, roadside stands, really experiencing the regions you're traveling through their food.
It's funny you should say that before you go any further. I think it's worth mentioning that not all farmers markets are created equal, especially when it comes to RV cooking.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I've definitely been guilty of going overboard at times. What should we be looking for specifically?
Think about what travels well and keeps for a few days in a smaller fridge.
Right. Makes sense.
Things like sturdy greens, root vegetables, apples, pears.
Okay.
Those are your friends.
Got it.
And if you see those just pick strawberries, grab them.
Oh, yeah.
They're a completely different experience than what you find at the supermarket.
I bet. So basically, we want to avoid those delicate greens and things that might wilt quickly.
Exactly. You don't want a fridge full of sad, wilted lettuce.
No, definitely not. Speaking of fresh finds, though, it reminds me of this time I was driving through Oregon and stumbled upon this roadside stand with the most incredible heirloom tomatoes.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking juicy, bursting with flavor. And they were so cheap.
See, now that's a score.
Sure.
You know, heirloom varieties often have a shorter shelf life, so you're more likely to find them at those roadside stands.
Totally. And it's such a win-win. Fresh, amazing produce at a great price.
Exactly.
So we grill those tomatoes with some local sausage we found at a butcher shop nearby. It was the simplest meal, but so flavorful and fresh and way more affordable than eating out.
It's all about embracing those simple pleasures.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got our fresh produce strategy down. Now let's tackle the protein. I mean, I'm a big meat eater, but I know that can get pretty expensive, especially if you're looking for quality cuts.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the article actually talks about focusing on quality over quantity when it comes to protein.
Okay. I'm intrigued, but how does that actually work in practice?
So let's say you're craving a classic steak dinner.
Right.
Instead of 2 big ribeyes, try grilling one fantastic quality steak and slicing it thinly.
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
Then you can pair it with a hearty side dish, like grilled portobello mushrooms or a salad with all those beautiful fresh veggies we were just talking about.
It's like making that protein the star of the show.
Exactly.
Building the meal around it.
And don't forget about all those amazing plant-based protein sources. The article mentions lentils, chickpeas, quinoa.
Okay, so lentils, I'll be honest, they're not usually my go-to. No. But I'm always up for trying new things.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to use them in an RV setting?
A hearty lentil stew is always a winner. It's easy to make in a slow cooker or even on the stovetop, and it's packed with protein and fiber. Plus, you can just toss in whatever veggies you have on hand.
Wait, a slow cooker in an RV? Is that even practical?
Absolutely. There are tons of smaller slow cookers on the market that are perfect for RVs.
Oh, cool.
And they're such a lifesaver when you're on the road. Just throw everything in the pot in the morning, and by dinner time, you have this delicious, comforting meal waiting for you.
Now you're talking, okay, so lentils are going on my shopping list. What about chickpeas? I love them in hummus, but I'm drawing a blank on other ways to use them.
Oh, chickpeas are so versatile.
Okay.
You can roast them with spices for a crunchy snack, toss them in salads, or even use them as the base for veggie burgers.
Veggie burgers. Now that's a great idea. Perfect for a quick and easy meal on the go.
Right. And what about quinoa?
Quinoa. I've heard it's a complete protein, but honestly, I find it a little bland sometimes.
I hear you. Quinoa definitely needs some help in the flavor department, but that's where your creativity comes in.
All right, so how do we spice things up?
You can cook it in broth instead of water,
Okay.
add herb spices, or even mix it with other grains like rice or barley.
I see. So many possibilities.
Hmm.
And the best part is all of these options are super budget friendly.
Exactly. You can stock up on dried lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa for a fraction of the cost of meat, and they'll last you for ages.
That's amazing. I'm already feeling inspired.
Mm.
And speaking of inspiration, let's talk about those one-pot meals that the article raves about. Anything that minimizes cleanup in a tiny RV kitchen is a winner in my book.
Oh, one-pot meals are a game changer for RV life.
I bet.
Not only do they save on dishes, but they also help you conserve precious resources like water and propane.
Okay, you've sold me.
Mm.
But let's get specific. What are some one-pot wonders that we can actually whip up in our RVs?
Think hearty stews, flavorful curries, even pasta dishes where everything cooks together in one pot.
Ooh, I love that.
You can even get creative with things like skillet meals where you sear your protein and then toss in your veggies and sauce all in the same pan.
Now you're making me hungry. The article mentioned something about a Moroccan tagine, and I've always wanted to try making one. Is that something that's doable in an RV?
Absolutely. A tagine is basically a slow-cooked stew that's traditionally cooked in a conical earthenware pot, but you can easily recreate that same flavor profile in a Dutch oven over a campfire or on your RV stovetop.
A Dutch oven over a campfire. You're speaking my language.
It doesn't get much better than that. And the beauty of a Dutch oven is that it's so versatile. You can use it for everything from baking bread to simmering stews to frying up crispy chicken. It's like the ultimate RV cooking tool.
Okay, Dutch oven officially added to my RV essentials list.
Good choice.
But let's be realistic. We can't live on stews alone no matter how delicious they are.
Yeah.
What about those everyday meals like breakfast, lunch, and dinner? How do we elevate those without getting too fancy?
Well, for breakfast, forget those pre-packaged breakfast sandwiches.
Right.
We're going gourmet. How about a frittata loaded with fresh veggies and a sprinkle of cheese?
Ooh, frittatas are a great idea. They're so easy to make, and you can basically throw in whatever you have on hand.
Exactly.
Plus, they're perfect for a crowd if you're traveling with family or friends.
And you can bake them in the oven or cook them on the stovetop depending on your RV setup. And for lunch, think creative salads wraps or even cold pasta dishes.
Love it. I'm also a big fan of themed dinners. Like Taco Tuesday, but make it RV style.
Themed dinners are a fantastic way to add some fun and excitement to mealtime. And they don't have to be elaborate. Just think about simple dishes that you can easily adapt to an RV setting.
And of course, no gourmet experience is complete without a little something sweet.
You got that right. So for dessert, keep it simple but delicious. Think grilled peaches with a dollop of yogurt, or elevate those classic s'mores with gourmet chocolate and marshmallows.
You had me at grilled peaches. There's something so magical about cooking over an open fire.
It's all about embracing those simple pleasures and finding ways to make them special. You know, we should probably talk about snacks, too.
Oh, snacks.
Yes.
The snack struggle is real, especially on the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to just grab whatever's at the nearest gas station. But you're right, we can do better. Let's talk gourmet snacking.
Yeah.
What are some of your go-tos?
Well, ditch those overpriced processed snacks.
Okay.
And think about creating your own delicious and healthy snacks that won't break the bank.
Yeah.
Like homemade trail mix,
Yes.
energy bars, or even something as simple as fresh fruit and nuts.
Okay, I am all about the trail mix. It's so easy to customize
Right.
with your favorite nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and it's packed with protein and healthy fats to keep you going on those long drives.
Exactly. And you can even play around with the flavors,
Like what?
add some spices, like cinnamon chili powder,
Ooh.
or even toss in some dark chocolate chips.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Indulgent trail mix. I love it.
And what about homemade energy bars?
Okay.
You can make those with ingredients like oats, nuts, dates, a touch of honey, or maple syrup.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's a great alternative to those store-bought bars that are often loaded with sugar and preservatives.
Right, totally. Homemade energy bars definitely going on the list. Perfect for a pre-height snack or a quick energy boost on the road.
And speaking of boosts, let's not forget about beverages.
Beverages. I thought we were talking about snacks.
Well, just like with food, choosing the right beverage can really elevate the whole dining experience.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So you're saying we shouldn't just be chugging down water all day?
Well, water is essential, of
Yeah.
course. But there are so many other options that can add a touch of gourmet to your RV travels.
Okay, like what?
Think refreshing iced herbal teas,
Okay.
sparkling water with a squeeze of citrus, or even a simple glass of lemonade.
I love those ideas. They're so simple, yet elegant, and way more appealing than those sugary sodas you find at rest stops.
Exactly. And if you happen to be passing through a region known for its wines or craft breweries, why not pick up a local bottle or growler to enjoy with dinner? It's a fun way to experience the local flavors and support local businesses.
Now you're talking. Imagine sipping a locally brewed beer while watching the sunset over the mountains.
Ah.
Talk about a perfect RV moment.
And those moments, those shared experiences, are really what gourmet RV cooking is all about. It's not just about the food. It's about creating memories and connections with the people you love.
You're so right. When I think back to some of my favorite RV trips, it's always the meals that stand out.
Yeah.
Whether it's a simple breakfast cooked over a campfire, a fancy dinner under the stars, those shared moments around the table are what make it truly special.
Exactly. It's about slowing down, savoring the flavors, appreciating the company. And the article actually talks about that, you know?
Really?
The idea that the ultimate reward of gourmet RV cooking is the shared memories and experiences it creates.
It really is about so much more than just the food. It's about creating a ritual, a sense of intentionality around how we nourish ourselves and connect with others.
It's about taking the time to appreciate the simple things, like the smell of freshly brewed coffee in the morning, or the sound of crackling fire as you cook dinner.
And those moments, those shared experiences, are often intertwined with the flavors and aromas of the meals we share.
It's amazing how certain smells or tastes can instantly transport you back to a particular place and time, evoking a flood of emotions and memories.
Oh, that's so true.
It's like food becomes a sensory time capsule, capturing those precious moments.
It really does. I can still remember the smell of campfire smoke and grilled corn on the cob from a camping trip I took with my family when I was a kid.
Exactly. It's those seemingly small details that become etched in our memories.
Yeah.
And when you combine those sensory experiences with the beauty of nature, the excitement of exploration, and the camaraderie of shared experiences, it creates something truly magical.
It's the perfect recipe for a fulfilling and memorable RV journey. Speaking of recipes, are you ready for a challenge?
Always.
I think it's time to put some of these ideas into practice.
I'm game. What do you have in mind?
Well, here's the challenge. On your next RV trip,
Okay.
I want you to find one new local ingredient or recipe that you've never tried before.
I love that. It's like a culinary treasure hunt.
Exactly. But let's get specific.
Right.
What kind of things should we be looking for?
It could be a unique type of produce at a farmer's market,
Yeah.
a regional spice blend at a local shop, or even a local delicacy that's specific to the area you're visiting.
I'm already brainstorming. I can't wait to see what hidden gems our listeners uncover on their next RV adventures.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic. Not everyone's a culinary daredevil.
True.
What about those folks who might be a little intimidated by trying something completely new?
That's a good point. It's all about finding what works for you and what feels exciting and approachable. Maybe instead of a completely new ingredient, you could challenge yourself to prepare a familiar dish in a new way.
Ooh, I like that. It's about pushing those culinary boundaries, but in a way that feels comfortable and fun.
Exactly. And who knows, you might just discover a new favorite recipe or cooking technique along the way.
All right, so we've challenged our listeners to embrace their inner culinary explorers. But what about us? What are we challenging ourselves to do on our next RV adventure?
Well, I've been wanting to experiment more with cooking over an open fire.
Oh, tell me more.
Eh.
I've always been fascinated by campfire cooking, but I usually stick to the basics, like s'mores and hot dogs.
Well, I've been eyeing these cast iron skillets that are specifically designed for campfire cooking.
Oh!
You can use them for everything from searing steaks to baking pizzas to roasting vegetables.
Cast iron pizza over a campfire. You're speaking my language.
Right.
I'm definitely adding that to my must-try list. What about you?
I think I'm going to try my hand at making homemade pasta from scratch.
Wow, homemade pasta. That's ambitious.
I know, right? But I think it would be so rewarding to create something so delicious from such simple ingredients. And imagine serving up a plate of fresh pasta in the middle of nowhere. Talk about gourmet RV cooking.
That's amazing. You're embracing the spirit of adventure and creativity.
And that's what this whole deep dive has been about, right? It's about reimagining what's possible in a tiny RV kitchen and finding joy in the process.
It's about breaking free from those limiting beliefs and discovering a whole new world of culinary possibilities on the open road.
It's about embracing the journey, both literally and figuratively, and realizing that the most delicious meals are often the ones that are shared with the people we love in the places that make us feel most alive.
You know, as we're talking about all this, I'm realizing we've just scratched the surface of gourmet RV cooking.
Oh, for sure. There's so much more to explore.
Like what?
Well, one resource that's often overlooked is nature itself. We've talked about farmers markets and local ingredients,
Right.
but there's a whole world of culinary treasures waiting to be discovered right outside our RV doors.
Are you talking about foraging?
Exactly.
Because that's always fascinated me, but I've never actually tried it.
It's amazing. Imagine incorporating wild mushrooms into your pasta sauce.
Ooh.
Or gathering fresh herbs along a hiking trail to use in your dinner. It's a way to connect with nature on a deeper level and bring a truly unique element to your meals.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I'm a little intimidated by the idea of foraging. How do you even know where to start?
Well, the most important thing is to do your research.
Okay.
And make sure you're 100% certain about what you're harvesting. There are tons of resources available online and in libraries that can help you identify edible plants and mushrooms in your area.
Safety first, for sure. I wouldn't want to end up accidentally poisoning myself.
Exactly. You definitely want to be careful. But with a little knowledge and guidance, foraging can be a safe and incredibly rewarding experience.
Okay, that makes sense. And even if I'm not ready to become a full-fledged forager, are there other ways to bring that outdoor element into my RV cooking?
Absolutely. Even if foraging isn't your thing, you can still incorporate the outdoors into your cooking by simply utilizing your surroundings.
Like what?
Well, think about grilling over an open fire.
Okay.
There's something so primal and satisfying about cooking your food over flames, and the smoky flavor it imparts is just incredible.
Okay, you had me at smoky flavor.
Yeah.
I'm already picturing myself grilling up some juicy burgers or skewers of marinated vegetables over a crackling campfire.
And don't forget about using fresh herbs from a nearby garden.
Oh, right!
Many campgrounds have herb gardens that guests are welcome to use.
That's a great tip. I never even thought about that. Fresh herbs can really elevate any dish, and it's such a simple way to add a touch of gourmet to your RV cooking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about the simplest way to bring the outdoors into your RV dining experience.
What's that?
Enjoying your meals al fresco.
Of course.
Whether you're having breakfast with a view of the mountains or dinner under a star-filled sky, there's something truly magical about dining in nature.
You're so right. It's like transforming your RV into an extension of the natural world and embracing the beauty and bounty that surrounds you. And that's what gourmet RV cooking is all about, isn't it?
It really is.
It's about creating a culinary experience that nourishes your body, mind, and soul, all while embracing the freedom and adventure of the open road.
Beautifully said. It's about more than just the food itself.
Right.
It's about the connection, the creativity, and the joy that comes with exploring new flavors, new places, and new ways of being.
Well, I think we've cooked up a pretty delicious deep dive today.
I agree.
We've journeyed from planning our gourmet RV pantry to mastering one-pot meals to embracing the wild world of foraging. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling so inspired.
Me too. And remember, the most important ingredient in all of this is to have fun and embrace the adventure.
So to all of our listeners out there, get out there, explore, experiment, and most importantly, savor every bite of your culinary adventures on the open road.
Happy travels, everyone.
And happy cooking. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.